You're not tired because you're lazy. You're tired because your energy is being used up by things you didn't even choose. Ever feel drained by the end of the day even though you barely moved? That's not just life. That's design. From the moment you're born, systems are in place to quietly take your energy, your focus, emotions, and time, and feed it into things that benefit others, not you. It's not just the long hours or endless notifications. It's the structure of modern life. The news keeps you anxious. Social media keeps you arguing. Cities keep you overstimulated. Even your identity is shaped to keep you distracted. All of it is built to keep your attention hooked and your energy drained. Your energy is the most valuable thing you have, and everything around you is competing to take it from you. Think about it. Every time you scroll endlessly, argue online, binge another show, or react to breaking news, your energy is going somewhere. But is it going towards something you want? That's the trap. The system doesn't need to control you. It just needs to distract you. The way out isn't complicated, but it requires action. Turn off what doesn't serve you. Reconnect with real things. Nature, creativity, quiet. Clean up your space. Say no more often. Reclaim your energy by choosing where it goes. This isn't about quitting your job or moving off-grid. It's about small shifts that bring your power back. Start by noticing where your attention goes and ask yourself, is this draining me or feeding me? Once you see it, you can change it, and that changes everything. But here's something you may not have considered. Your energy isn't just being taken, it's being monetized. Every time you click, scroll, react, or even linger on a piece of content, someone is getting paid. Your attention has become a product that's bought and sold, and you never even agreed to the deal. Now think about your phone. It's not just a tool. It's a tracker, a trigger, a trap. Apps are built to exploit psychological loopholes that make you crave the next alert. Notifications don't just inform you, they train you. Over time, your brain adapts, constantly expecting distraction, unable to focus for long periods without stimulation. That's not a personal failure. It's intentional design. The system wants you reactive, not reflective. Because when you're reacting, you're predictable. But when you pause and reflect, you become dangerous to the status quo. You start asking questions. You start thinking for yourself. That breaks the pattern. So the real question is, are you living a life you've chosen, or one that's been programmed for you? To start breaking free, awareness isn't enough. You need boundaries. Boundaries around your time, your emotions, your inputs. You must protect your focus like it's your most valuable asset, because it is. When you stop giving away your energy freely, you don't just feel better. You start thinking clearly. You start making decisions based on what you want, not what you're told you should want. And that's the turning point. Let's talk about division. Not just political or social, but psychological. You've been trained to split your attention across countless mental tabs. Work stress, social feeds, emails, trending topics, breaking news. It never stops. And when your attention is scattered, your energy is diluted. You can't move forward when your focus is pulled in 10 different directions. But here's the deeper problem. Division isn't just happening between groups of people. It's happening within you. You're being split between who you are and who you're expected to be. You want peace, but you're fed conflict. You want rest, but you're praised for hustle. You want connection, but you're caught in comparison. That's not an accident. That internal conflict keeps you consuming. It keeps you striving for a version of life that always feels just out of reach, because the system is designed to make satisfaction impossible. If you ever felt like you're constantly behind, like you never have enough time or energy to just catch up, understand, that's the system working as intended. And let's not ignore one of the biggest blind spots: performance culture. You're constantly measured by likes, followers, performance reviews, test scores. Your value gets tied to output. But humans aren't machines. You're not meant to operate at full capacity 24/7. Still, you're told to grind or push through, as if burnout is a badge of honor. But here's a radical truth. Rest is productive. Silence is powerful. Slowing down isn't failure. It's how you regain control. So how do you start pulling away from this system? You start by noticing what makes you feel whole instead of what makes you feel busy. Pay attention to activities that energize you, conversations that leave you feeling clear, not drained, environments where you feel calm, not on edge. That's your compass. Break the cycle by choosing depth over noise. Choose stillness over stimulation. That's not weakness. That's strength. Let's take a closer look at one of the most powerful tools used to control your energy: fear. It's not always loud or obvious. Often it's subtle. Constant low-level anxiety, worry about the future, pressure to stay informed, to stay competitive, to stay safe. But here's the truth. Fear keeps you manageable. When you're scared, you follow instructions. You don't ask hard questions. You stay in line. Now here's what most people miss. Chronic fear doesn't just affect your mindset. It rewires your brain. Constant stress from fear-based media and daily pressure changes how you think. Your brain shifts from long-term planning to short-term survival. You become more impulsive, reactive, and disconnected from your deeper goals. And the system knows this. That's why it keeps feeding you crisis after crisis. Not to inform you, but to keep you emotionally locked in. Fear is used to make you overconsume, to buy things you don't need for problems you don't have. It keeps you dependent on the next product, the next solution, the next fix. But here's an insight that flips the whole thing. You don't have to eliminate fear to take back your power. You just have to stop obeying it. The moment you stop making decisions based on fear, you break the pattern. So what does that look like in real life? Turning off the fear-driven news cycle, even just for a day. Saying no to a commitment you accepted out of guilt. Choosing to pause before reacting to something online. Spending time in silence instead of filling every moment with noise. These small acts are actually major rebellions. They signal to your mind, I'm not in survival mode anymore. I'm back in charge. And here's something else the system doesn't want you to realize. Calm is contagious. When you step out of fear and into clarity, people around you start to shift too. You give them permission to unplug, slow down, and reconnect with what matters. The more you build that inner calm, the less control the system has over you. Let's talk about consumerism. The promise that happiness is always one purchase away. Feeling stressed? Buy something. Feeling lost? Buy a course. Feeling empty? There's an app for that. But here's the part they don't tell you. Consumerism isn't about meeting your needs. It's about keeping you in a permanent state of lack. You're constantly told you're not enough unless you own, wear, or experience the right thing. This isn't just about money. It's about your attention and self-worth being shaped by a system that profits from your dissatisfaction. Most modern products are designed to expire, physically or emotionally. The phone you buy today won't feel new in 6 months. That trendy item will be outdated by next season. Even your attention span is shaped to crave constant novelty. You're not just spending money. You're spending energy chasing value that keeps moving. But consumerism goes deeper. It trains you to outsource your sense of self. You start defining who you are by what you own, what you do, and how others see it. That creates a loop where your identity is always up for sale. Breaking free doesn't mean rejecting every purchase. It means changing the reason you buy. Ask yourself, am I buying to express who I am or to cover up what I'm afraid I'm not? Does this choice support me or distract me? Will this give me real value or just a quick hit of relief? True satisfaction comes from contribution, not consumption. When you create something, help someone, or learn something meaningful, your brain rewards you with a deeper kind of fulfillment, one that doesn't wear off after a dopamine spike. So the next time you feel that pull to buy something, pause. Ask yourself, is this meeting a real need or just filling a void the system helped create? Owning less doesn't mean having less. It means having more of what matters and fewer distractions from it. Let's talk about the cities, the places we're told hold opportunity, success, and progress. But take a step back. What are cities really doing to your body and mind? Urban environments are designed for efficiency, not well-being. They prioritize movement of traffic, flow of capital, and control of space, not human health or happiness. Think about your average day. Constant noise, bright artificial light, crowded commutes, little or no time in nature. Your senses never get a break. You're always on, even when you're sitting still. And that constant stimulation has a cost. It puts your nervous system in a permanent low-grade state of alert. Cities train you to normalize disconnection. You're surrounded by people, but rarely connect with them. You live stacked on top of others, but feel isolated. You walk by thousands of faces, yet make little eye contact. This disconnection isn't accidental. It makes you easier to control, easier to market to, and easier to influence. And then there's the clock. Cities are built on the idea that time is money, so your day is broken into tasks, schedules, and deadlines. But you're not a machine. You're not built to live by a clock that never stops. You need time to think, to feel, to rest. And that's exactly what the city structure takes from you. When your environment is designed to exhaust you, you don't need more willpower. You need to change how you recharge. That doesn't always mean moving away. It means reclaiming your rhythm within the noise. Start your morning with silence before the world floods in. Find even a sliver of green space and go there often. Limit your exposure to synthetic noise, like screens or traffic, and increase your exposure to natural sounds, like wind, birds, or water. Protect time for stillness. Even 10 minutes without stimulation is a reset for your brain. Your environment affects your energy far more than you realize. So start shaping it, bit by bit, to support you, not drain you. Because the truth is, cities aren't inherently bad. But when you live by their pace instead of your own, you slowly forget what it feels like to be fully human. Energy drains aren't always obvious. The most powerful ones are disguised as normal, as routine, as necessary. But look closer, and you'll see. They're built right into how you live every day. Let's start with media and technology. Most people know their phone is a distraction. But what many don't realize is this. It's not just taking your time. It's reshaping your brain. Every swipe, every alert, every binge session trains your mind to expect constant stimulation. Over time, your ability to focus, to sit still, to think deeply, weakens. That's not a flaw. That's conditioning. Designed by platforms whose goal is to keep you watching, clicking, reacting. The content isn't random. It's strategic. Algorithms push outrage, conflict, and fear because those emotions make you stay longer. You think you're staying informed, but often you're just staying inflamed. And that emotional energy you're giving out, that's the real product. Now consider music. Something that once uplifted and inspired is now often engineered to keep you stuck in low emotional states through repetitive, emotionally charged beats and lyrics that normalize struggle, status obsession, or dysfunction. You listen passively, but your brain is absorbing. Over time, these messages shape what you believe is normal or aspirational. Entertainment has become emotional programming. It's not just what you watch or hear. It's how it shapes what you feel and how you see yourself and others. So what can you do? Practice intentional consumption. Before you open an app or press play, ask, what am I here for? Limit content that triggers outrage or comparison, not because you're avoiding reality, but because your energy is finite. Curate your inputs like your mental diet. Just as junk food makes your body sluggish, junk media dulls your mind. You're not just a consumer, you're also a creator. Use your energy to build, share, express, not just absorb. Even small acts of creation, writing, drawing, coding, fixing something, pull you out of passive mode and back into your power. The tools aren't the enemy. The unexamined use of them is. When you take back control of your media diet, your energy follows. Now that we've pulled back the curtain, take a moment to let it land. Your energy, your attention, emotion, and focus has been systematically drained, not by accident, but by design. But now you're aware, and awareness changes everything. You've seen how distraction, division, fear, consumerism, and overstimulation are used to keep you tired and off track. The system doesn't need you to agree with it. It just needs you to stay too tired to resist it. So the real revolution? It's not loud. It's not dramatic. It's in the quiet, consistent steps you take to reclaim your attention and choose where your energy goes. That's where change begins. Let's be clear. This isn't about perfection. It's not about unplugging completely or living off-grid. It's about ownership. You decide what gets your time, your emotion, your focus. Here's how to start today. Audit your inputs. Notice what enters your mind and how it makes you feel. Energy drain starts with unchecked consumption. Protect your time. Your schedule is your front line. Say no to what doesn't serve your growth. Build stillness into your routine. No phone, no screen, just time to think, reset, and remember who you are when the noise stops. Simplify your space. A cluttered environment reflects and reinforces a cluttered mind. Create more than you consume. Write something. Make something. Help someone. These actions restore energy instead of taking it. Your clarity is a threat to their control. When you're focused, calm, and thinking for yourself, you can't be manipulated. You're no longer a product in their system. You're a person with agency. So don't wait for perfect timing. Start now. Turn off notifications for an hour. Go outside and ground yourself in nature. Clear one corner of your room. Say no to something that drains you. Say yes to something that restores you. These aren't small steps. These are power moves. Every one of them weakens the system's grip and strengthens your own. You don't need permission. You don't need to fix everything overnight. You just need to begin on your terms. This is your life, your energy, your choice. And today, you've remembered something important. You still have the power.